Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Golf. I hope you're having a great day and even better week. Today we're talking about, I think, maybe one of the hottest golf shoes in 2025, and that's the brand new Hyperflex. So if you had the older versions of Hyperflex, which I had, there was a couple things that were a little, I wouldn't say wonky with them. They were phenomenal shoes. They had that collar that kind of rode up, that it was almost like a high top type thing. And then the sizing was an issue. And so obviously we talked to FootJoy. If you haven't watched that conversation we had with FootJoy back in January, and they're experts, and Dan and his team, regarding this shoe and what makes this shoe so spectacular. But I want to kind of go over what we've tested this a couple times. I think I cleaned most of the grass out, most of it out. We've tried this outside as well as inside. Want to go over what makes this shoe so great, and should it be on your list for this year? So let's talk first sizing. And so I've always been on the Laser Street last, the Laser Plus last with FootJoy. I've always been a 9, except in this shoe in the past. I could go to an 8.5. I was all over the place with it. And so I'm happy to announce that these are a true 9. So these are more back in the sweet spot of sizing. I think these shoes fit incredibly well, and I was surprised. I checked these out in January. I've worn these the last few days. Really surprised on how well these fit and how good these fit. I'm a huge fan of the Quantum, and the Quantum kind of gets its design aesthetics a little bit, or this shoe gets its design elements a little bit from the Quantum, or vice versa. So it's not as comfortable as the Quantum. The Quantum is very squishy, comfortable, but it's very, very close. I will say that. Where this has a little bit more of a waterproof membrane, and the Quantum doesn't have as much. This shoe shines for me. And so let's walk around this shoe kind of quickly, and I'll explain kind of what we like and what we really, not that we don't like, that we'd like to see change. So first of all is material. And if you haven't watched the review in January, it's fine. We'll kind of skip to the good part here. This material, which looks like it's going to be a nightmare to clean, and I'll put pictures up, it's all covered in a membrane. So where this looks like, oh my God, this is going to be a hot mess when I get it wet or muddy, it's all covered up in a membrane, so it cleans off super clean. And we talked about this, we laughed about this in January, how important that is for FootJoy, because they know the consumer will not buy a shoe if it's like, I'm going to wear it once and it's going to be destroyed. So we love this material. We love this toe cap. And I'm just going to walk around this. And this is, I don't know if you guys can see this, or I'll go this way, an outrigger here for stability. Love this. This particular color model is white and blue. I don't know if you can tell, this has a very soft blue. I didn't really realize this when I was at the PGA show, that this was a light blue. I just thought it was white, to be fair. But I really, really liked it. They had these kind of rubbery that are kind of covered up in this gray plastic. This, what I love, when you pull these laces tight, it snugs the entire shoe closer to your foot. Again, you're going to be surprised at how comfortable the shoe is. I love my Hyperflex, and I still, it's one of my favorite shoes for bad conditions. This fits even better, just feels better. This feels like part of your foot. I did a conversation with earlier in the year about the best shoes to get in 2025, and the one thing I mentioned was about Adidas, and I'm not going back on that, is Adidas feels like a golf shoe. It just fits you really good. This is even better. When you put this shoe on and you lace it up and you snug it up, it is a great feeling. It feels connected to the ground. It feels connected to your feet golf shoe. And again, I'm not being paid by FootJoy. I'm not sponsored by them. If they want to sponsor me, by all means, let me know. But really like this shoe. It has a darker accent here going through. But again, this is all protected by that kind of neat waterproof membrane. Little FootJoy logoing here, which I'm good with. We go the heel counter. It has this incredible Achilles kind of pad, which this reminds me of a little bit of the Tradition. If you've worn the Traditions, they're not a super expensive shoe, but an ultra comfortable shoe. Guys on tour still wearing this shoe. So I like that it has the pull on. These shoes fit snug, so you're going to need a little bit of help to get this on. Again, we turn this around this way, and again, a very, very comfortable golf shoe. Love this. So let's talk about here, and hopefully there's not mud or grass. I think I got these pretty clean. The same spikes we've done, but one of the things that I really like what they've done is the in-between materials besides the spikes. So one of my conversations that I've had with all shoe brands is when you just do 7 spikes or 6 spikes for this one, and you're walking on a bridge, you're literally almost ice skating on these things. So I like, or side hill lies, you guys know. So I like what they've done. I love the blue accent here. It's not as rigid as some FootJoy shoes, but it definitely keeps you in place, and I absolutely love this shoe. Neat little logoing underneath here. You can actually see the FootJoy logo. Again, runs true to size. So if you are a English US 9, get a US 9. I think this is one of their best shoes they've ever done. If you're a guy who's in between kind of a classic look and contemporary look, this is a great shoe. I love this shoe. I think, and I'll put all the colorways up here. It comes in black and gray and navy and white with red, as well as this color. I think this particular one is my favorite color. But again, it's the ones I picked out, so it should be. But love what FootJoy is doing, and if you get a chance, check out the 2025 Hyperflex. Super comfortable, super breathable, waterproof, everything you'd want out of a golf shoe that still has some neat little styling to it, not overly branded. You know, as FootJoy does, keeps it very clean and classy looking, but a really, really good golf shoe for 2025. So if you have any questions on this, let me know. Again, we will continue to test this, and at the end of the year and the summer, we'll come back and say, like, how did these really perform? So far, really, really good, and I'm super impressed with the fit. I can't emphasize that enough. The fit may be the best fitting FootJoy I own, and I own a number of shoes. This is by far, I think, their best fitting. Maybe not as comfortable as my Quantum, but a smidge under, but a really, really good golf shoe for 2025. So if you're in the market for a new shoe, or just like me and you like to have 5,000 shoes, this is an incredible, incredible golf shoe from FootJoy. So anyway, guys, I hope you had a great day. If you have any questions on this, let us know, and we'll catch up with you next time. Thanks, guys.